Okay, so the basic order that we're going to follow today. Okay, so the basic order that we're going to follow through today is we're going to discuss current language trends. We're going to discuss why these language trends are troubling, why they kind of have boiled to the top of concerns, right? We're going to identify skill levels and learn to write up very brief action plans. We're going to discuss using everyday items to enhance language experiences. And we're going to look at how we can share this information eventually with the families, with the children's parents who are in your programs. Okay? And then at the very end, everyone, you should have already done a pre-test. So if you haven't, pause and do that. And at the end, you will be doing a post-test. These are just part of funding, right? Everybody has to show that there was this knowledge before and this knowledge after. But one of the things that you'll be asked for in that post-test is to identify 2 ways that you will put this information to use tomorrow. Okay, so that's as straight as it gets. This is not information that we need to study, prepare. This can happen tomorrow, okay? And then 2 changes you plan to make in the future to enhance language experiences, okay? Okay, current language trends. So when I said that we were able to look at data at TPS in October, we went and I started digging around and looking for numbers for before COVID, right? So I was able to pull data on 2 of the objectives from TSG from 2019 in the fall, okay? So the 2 that I have are TSG number 9, vocabulary, and TSG 10A, engages in conversation. Okay, so those are the only 2 that I was able to find. However, they tell the story in themselves. In 2019, 66% of children came into TPS meeting or exceeding expectations for vocabulary skills in TSG. All right, 66%. That number in 22 was 47. Right? 66 to 47. So that was a 19% drop in skill level. Then on 10A, engages in conversation, 55% came in at meeting or exceeding expectations in 2019, and 41% came in meeting or exceeding expectations in 2022, right? That was a 14% drop. These things may see a drop, a couple of numbers. 5 would be pretty big, right? Looking at basically 20 and 15%, those are huge. Those are significant. Those tell a part of the story, right? So one of the things that's going to happen is throughout this series, there'll be handouts, and you will come to moments where you're actually going to pause and do work together, okay? I want to make this still as interactive as possible, right? So this next part will relate to handout number 1. And what you're going to do is it has the data on it that I presented, and then I would like you, as best you can, to see if anywhere in your organization you have the data from fall of 2019. Whatever assessment system you use, I'm sure there's something apples to apples about vocabulary and conversation, right? And if not, you pick 2. That the most important part is that you're getting to compare data from after the pandemic to before the pandemic, okay? And you're going to put your own notes in there. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pause and do that. And we will come back and start talking about why language matters so much right now in relationship to brain development.